I'm extremely nervous right now, extremely anxious, because today I have a final in my guitar class. And it's only guitar 1, and I've been playing guitar for like over 8 years. It should be a piece of cake, right? But it's really not. A lot of this test is me playing, and it's going to be a lot about theory. And I know a lot on guitar, I know how a guitar works really, but when it comes to theory, my brain literally just shuts down. It just shuts down. I'm not sure why. I'm not the best with it. Every time I try to understand it, I get overwhelmed and my brain just does this thing where it's like, avoid it, avoid it, avoid it. And ever since I've been learning guitar, I've been avoiding a lot of it. Like, I understand scales, sort of. I can read music if I really take my time. I can like look at a sheet of music and be like, okay, that's how you read it. But I'm not fast, I can't pick it up fast. I think a lot of times when I'm like in a songwriting process, I just throw theory out the window and I just do what sounds nice. Like, I don't think about it. I don't think the reason this sounds nice is because of this. I just write a song and I'm like, oh, this sounds pretty. And just because if I put theory in it, I feel like then it's like adding math to it, and then it just really makes me feel sick in my stomach because I hate math and I just hate thinking of art that way. I just want to do something that's fun, and I think that sounds nice and not think too much into it, which is a horrible way to be a musician. Like, you shouldn't do that at all. And so that's why I really wanted to take this guitar class this semester, was to kind of get out my comfort zone, learn a little bit more about my guitar and why it does the thing it does, and kind of go into that. And so a lot of these things, if you're a guitarist, I already know guitar, you're already gonna know a lot of this stuff. I knew a lot of this stuff already, but when he actually kind of like talked about it and talked about why, I really felt like I gained a lot from this course. I thought it was gonna be an easy A, but it really isn't. Like, there's just a lot to learn, and there's a lot that as a guitarist, especially like self-taught, that you just kind of completely avoid, or you realize you're doing wrong for so long, and it's really hard to break a habit once you already have it. And I've learned that a lot this semester. I cannot tell you, just the way that I handle things, the things that I did to avoid certain things too on my guitar. Like, when it came to finger picking, I would only use my thumb and my pointer finger to do finger picking, because the idea of adding any other fingers stressed me out. So I just learned songs without using my other fingers, which is a horrible way to go about finger picking. You should be better at that. You should practice and like really, if it's hard, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be something that you learn, and then soon after you do it for a while, it becomes second nature and you get better at it. And for some reason, I always like to cut corners and I always want to cheat my way through. But yeah, this morning I was like, I really have to study for this exam, but I also have to film a video. So I was like, you know what, why don't I do both? Why don't I kind of go over my playing final with you guys? So it gives me some practice of performing in front of people, I guess, and hopefully I do well. I'll keep you updated after my exam how it goes. The only part that I'm really nervous about is there's a hearing part of the final where he's gonna play something and I have to identify what he's playing, and that's gonna be difficult for me. But basically, the things that I have to do in this playing final: master position pentatonic, identify both sets of tonics for major pentatonic and minor pentatonic wherever you play them in time, a major scale fingering pattern with an E-shaped bar chord, a major scale fingering pattern with an A-shaped bar chord. The lowest root of each bar chord needs to match the lowest tonic of each scale. And then I have to play one basic rock riff. I have to perform a complete song of my own choosing. Then I have to perform an example of fingerstyle playing, and then identify a perfect and major intervals within 1 octave by ear, and then identify 4 basic triads by ear. So when I read this out loud, it stresses me out. But then if I just take a second, breathe, I'm like, okay, I know what basically all this is. We went over it in class. I get a lot of like test anxiety, so I like can't process what I'm reading. It's just big words, and then that stresses me out. So I have to like really take a second, breathe, look at it again, and go, I know how to play a box pentatonic. I know how to play a master pentatonic. I know how to play the major scales that he wants me to play. I know how to do the basic rock riffs and all this stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna practice a little bit for you guys for today's video. I hope that's okay. I hope it's not like you guys don't see this video as like a cheat video for me. I really just need to pass this class, and I want to kind of do the 2 birds, 1 stone with you guys. But basically, this first part of the test is the box pentatonic. And I knew that before going into the class, fucking love the box pentatonic. If you ever want to like just solo over a song, box pentatonic is like the beginner way to do that. And especially if you're doing an A minor, really easy. It's very easy. I love it. And then this semester he taught us the whole master pentatonic scale, which I don't know why I didn't know coming into this class. Like, it seems like something that I should know, but I didn't know. But it's really fun, and it just is an extension of that box. And it's yeah, so I love that. And then another thing he wants us to do is a major scale with the shape E. So I'm pretty sure it's like this. And I literally just learned that before turning the camera on. I know how to play like just a regular major scale, like. But this was weird, this was different. I'm really not sure what this is. So my friend Chris, if you're watching this, who knows a lot about music theory, what was that scale, this one that I just played? Please explain it to me, because I just don't understand what the difference is. Anyways, another scale that we had to do is the scale pattern 2 with an A shape bar chord. And so that is, if I'm right, oh, fuck. Oh my god. And that has been difficult for me to learn. I don't know why, that one's just really hard for me. It's an easy scale, and I'm sure after I practice it for like a day, I'll get it. But for some reason, that's really been hard for me within the past hour to get a hold of. It's usually really simple for me just to be like, look at a tab and then understand it within like the first 10 minutes of me doing it. And I get it, and I know where my fingers are supposed to go, but then my head gets confused when I'm coming back up, and I'm just like, oh my god, what am I doing? I'm going to mess up. And it's become a real big issue for me in this practicing this morning. And so the next one is the basic rock riff. So that's basically by taking a rock song and a riff that he gave us a list of ones that we can do. And I already know Crazy Train, so I decided to do it. So Crazy Train's obviously. But yeah, so really easy, really fun. I love that. I can do that, whatever. And the next one is perform a complete song of my own choosing. And this is the one that I had the biggest anxiety over, because I really don't know other people's songs. I like know a lot of like different riffs. Like I know like the Mario theme. Like I know things, and I know a lot of little things, and I know like solos for certain things, and I know my own music really well. I know how to play other people's songs, but then after I did it for like a gig or something, or after I learned it for a show that I was doing, I just forgot about it. And even if I did remember it, a lot of those songs where I performed live, I did it with a band, so without all the other instruments, it just sounds like me doing like G, C, and it's not really guitar class material. So I was like, should I do my own song with this like performing? Because I'm allowed to perform my own song. Or should I do a cover? Should I do someone else's song? I don't want to sing this because this final isn't about singing. He said we could, but it's just, I just don't want to do that. So I was kind of thinking all weekend, and I was like, you know what? There's a song that I really love, and the way that I play it on guitar, it's really pretty, and it's gonna be When We Say. And so what I decided to play was When We Say by Age Raphael. It's a song that I am in love with. I've loved it for so long. I'm a huge fan of his. I'm a huge fan of him. I have been since literally getting on YouTube back in like 2009. Like, I'm a huge fan of his. I've been watching him for years and years and years, ever since I was like in 7th and 8th grade. And his song When We Say was the first one that got me into him. And this song is just so pretty. It's got a nice like ring to it, and I wanted to perform it because I like it. And it's not exactly right, and I hope my professor doesn't count me off for that. It's kind of like my own way of playing it, just like over the years what I've like learned how to do, and it's just like but it's a pretty song, and I have to play it all the way through, and I really don't know the bridge, so hopefully my professor doesn't listen to the song before I go in, and it's just like, yeah, nice job, pretty song, and then we move on. So wish me luck. I don't know the whole song, but I know the majority of the song, and if he says I need to do the bridge or something, well then I'll be like, I don't know it, but can I perform one of my own songs, or I'll find a way around it. I'm very likable. I find myself being able to get around certain situations a lot in life, and the key is just ask. And so that's probably what I'm going to do if he decides to be like, no, you didn't do this one part. So wish me luck on that. And so the next one is one that I was excited for, and it's the fingerstyle playing, and I think that one's going to be really fun because I'm going to do La Marangüeña. It's a song I learned in high school for my Spanish teacher. He wanted me to perform it at this like cultural festival, and I ended up winning 2nd place playing this song, and I already know it already, and it's kind of fingerstyle. It is my thumb and my pointer finger, but I'm going to use my other fingers during another part. I'll show you. So basically, La Marangüeña, if you haven't heard it, you probably have. It goes like this. But yeah, I think he'll like that, he'll be happy with that, and it'll be all good. I think there's also another part where he wants us to like show that we can do alternate like picking, so I'm probably gonna do like something like that. We'll see. It's a song that I just have known for a while, and it's easy way out for me. So yeah, that's basically all the playing parts, and then after he wants me to hear and identify major and perfect intervals that he's playing. So wish me luck on that, because I'm not really good at that. I know there's a site, so I'll probably look over them before I go into class, but I still really am very nervous, but I'm also very excited. I'm really happy with what I learned this semester. I'm really happy with how much I've gained from that class, how inspired, and how more I want to be with my guitar because of that class. Like, before really going into that class, I did my nails and I didn't play guitar for like months, and I would be weeks at a time where I just didn't pick up my guitar. But because of that class, I had to pick it up. I had to be more involved, and I think it really made me fall back in love with it. So I really want to thank this class and my professor, if you're watching, for getting me back into the groove of making music again, because it's something that I missed for so long, and something that I didn't think that would make me as happy as it did. So I'm really happy. I know a lot of my Vlogmas' vlogs are about music so far, and I kind of want to do a lot about it because music is my entire life, and I hope you guys are okay with that and like seeing a different side of me, just me talking about certain things like this, just because it really makes me happy, and I hope this content resonates with you guys in some way, or maybe you learned a thing or two, or maybe you want to learn guitar and you're watching this video because you want to learn guitar. And I really recommend picking up an instrument. It's never too late. You're never too old to learn. I hate when people say that. Like, I picked up my guitar when I was in 8th grade, And it's never, I know a lot of people are like, you have to be like 4, 5, 6 to like really get good at a guitar. I picked my guitar up in 8th grade and I've been pushing and practicing ever since. I'm not as good as I want to be, but it just takes time and practice and a lot of effort. And I think if you do that, if you put the time into it, you can really learn a thing or two. And so I love my guitar. I'm happy with her. And I'm happy with what I'm going to learn in the future, and I'm happy to bring you guys along with this journey. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling about my final. Wish me luck. I'll give you an update if I think I did well or not. So bear with me, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Bye. Update, I did really, really bad, but you know, that's my life. I just fail at everything I try.